Hey guys, it's Miss Trish. It's Monday, April the 13th. We are back from spring break and we are beginning another week of online learning. I hope everyone had a great spring break. I know I was hoping that we would be back in school by now, but we're not. So, as long as we are still working from home, I'm going to be uploading videos and giving ideas to you and your parents of things that you might think about and additional things that you might could do at home that are not really adding a whole lot to your load, I hope. So, one thing I was going to suggest is that this is a good time to think about working on personal information. For those of you that may not know your address or a phone number or your birthday, this would be a great time, parents, to introduce those skills to your child. My address is 202 Buffalo Drive in Calhoun, Georgia, 30701. So that's a good thing to know. Um, Today, we are going to do an Arthur book. Next week, I think I'm going to do a different book just to change it up a little bit. But today, I wanted to do an Arthur book because I thought it was kind of appropriate. It's called Arthur's Computer Disaster. I know we're all having to do a lot of things with computers that we haven't done before. I know I am, and I know that my husband is. He's a teacher, and probably moms and dads are too. So I thought this might be a good book to do leading us into the next part of our online learning. Anyway, it's written by Mark Brown, and it's called Arthur's Computer Disaster. Here we go. Let me line it up right. There we go. Mom, can I use your computer to play Deep Dark Sea? Asked Arthur. What's that? Asked D.W. Only the greatest game in the universe, said Arthur. Can I, Mom? Please? What's the game about? Asked D.W. A haunted sunken ship with skeletons, ghosts, and sharks. Sounds spooky, said D.W. Mom, please, begged Arthur. All right, said Mom, but finish your dinner first. Once Arthur started playing Deep Dark Sea, he couldn't stop. Time for bed, said Dad. But Dad, I almost found the thing. When I find the thing, I can win stuff. You can find the thing tomorrow, said Dad. It's bedtime. I'm ready for bed, said D.W. sweetly. The next morning, Buster came over to play Deep Dark Sea. Sorry, boys, said Mom. It's tax season. I need my computer all day. Just then the phone rang. It was for Mom. I have to run to the office, she said. Don't touch my computer. After Mom left, Arthur and Buster stared at the computer. I know what you're thinking, said D.W. I'm so close to finding the thing, said Arthur. You could probably find it before your mom gets home, said Buster. I'm telling Dad, warned D.W. I'll give you my desserts for a whole week, said Arthur. And play dollhouse with me whenever I say so, asked D.W. Yes, grumbled Arthur. He's thinking about doing the game anyway. Arthur loaded the game. Look out for the Squid Squad, yelled Buster. That's it, screamed Arthur. The thing! I found it! They both dove for the mouse. Then the keyboard crashed to the floor. Uh-oh, said Arthur. You're in big trouble, said D.W. Just then the phone rang. It was Mom. I won't be home till tonight, she said. Is everything okay? It's just great, said Arthur. Arthur looked through the computer manual. There's nothing in here about deep, dark sea accidents, he said. Are you sure you have the right manual? Asked D.W. The brain can fix anything, said Buster. Let's go see him. He's not home, said his mom. They checked the library, the museum. Just when they were about to give up, they found him. Are you doing a science experiment? asked Buster. No, I'm skipping stones, said the brain. It's fun. Everyone went back to Arthur's house. The brain examined the computer. Said the brain. He shook his head. That bad? It must be, said the brain. I can't fix it. Well, thanks for trying. Now you're in really, really big trouble, said DW. I have an idea. Let's go to the computer store. The computer expert explained how much a house call and hourly fees would cost. That's more money than I'll ever have in my whole life, said Arthur. I'm doomed. We're all doomed, said DW, because now Mommy will lose her job and we won't be able to keep our house and we'll all have to live out in the cold. It's all your fault, Arthur. That evening, Arthur hardly touched his dinner. Hi, I'm home, called Mom. Mom, how about a game of cards, asked Arthur, and a family bike ride? Don't have time, said Mom. I have tons of work. Mom headed for the computer. Arthur felt sick. Arthur ran after Mom. DW ran after Arthur. Buster ran home. Just as Mom's finger was about to hit the button, Arthur yelled, Stop! I was playing Deep Dark Sea and the screen went blank. I'm sorry, I wrecked it. It's all my fault. That happens to me all the time, said Mom. Did you jiggle the switch? Mom jiggled the switch, and the game came on. Why didn't you call me? Asked Mom. Always call me with your problems. I thought you would be mad, said Arthur. I'm not mad, said Mom. I'm disappointed. Am I going to get punished? Of course, said Mom. You did something you weren't supposed to do. Make the punishment really good, said DW. No computer games for a week, said Mom. Now get ready for bed. I'll be up to say goodnight in a few minutes. Arthur and DW did as they were told. Then they waited for what seemed like a very long time. Mom, called Arthur, time to tuck us in. I'll be right up, said Mom. As soon as I blast these skeletons from the treasure chest. Good night, Mom, called DW. Good night, Mom, called Arthur. The end. Mom was liking that computer game too once she started playing it. It's really frustrating though when you have a computer problem and you don't know how to fix it. So hopefully you're not running into that at your house. But now let's think. A good goal for most of my students is to listen to a story for about 5 minutes. So that's what I'm aiming for with these stories. So you can remember that at home, that 5 minutes is a good rule of thumb. And then I want you to think about what happened first, and then in the middle, and then at the end. And I like the Arthur stories because they kind of outline this pretty clearly for us. In this particular story, we know that Arthur was playing a computer game. It was called, do you remember what it was called? It was about the sea, Deep Dark Sea, I think. And then in the middle of the story, when he was playing, he broke his mother's computer. He broke the rules and he ended up messing up her computer. And at the end, she was able to fix it and Arthur was grounded. So Mom was able to solve his problem. Usually those stories kind of set up a problem in the middle, and a lot of books do that, so that's something to remember. And then I want you to think about, remember we mix up our sentences. We're going to do this second sentence. He broke his mother's computer. So when you go to write, I like for you to mix up the words so you're working on those phonics skills. He broke his mother's computer. And then let's give every word a line with a period at the end. So